Another great question. This person was asking if there is any time in which intentional weight loss is not fat phobic. I'm going to say 99.9% of the times, if you are intentionally losing weight, it is fat phobic.
Why do you not want to be fat? And pretty much any answer you can give would be based in fat phobia.
Do I think there's ever a reason for weight loss? Yeah, there are tons of reasons why people lose weight. And they're valid, but they're also fat phobic.
Actively not wanting to be fat is fat phobia, and therefore, you're fat phobic.
Well, guess I'm fat phobic. Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Katie, and for those of you who don't know me, at my heaviest I was 360 pounds, and I've lost 180 pounds and kept it off for a number of years now. On this channel we will talk about weight loss, weight maintenance, some of the harmful narratives I'm seeing being spread about both, and, well, anything else I feel like talking about. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get into today's video. Today we'll be discussing why I chose to lose weight, as well as leave body positivity. In my last video, we talked about how I got to 360 pounds, and evidently I was a bit too spicy. They age restricted my video for being brutally honest. And one thing on this channel, I will never apologize for being honest. So today I'd like to be honest and talk about what being 360 pounds felt like for me. For reference, I'm 5'9" and was always told that I carried my weight well, meaning how I looked. Most people wouldn't have guessed my weight as heavy as it was. I was also a size 28 in pants. My waist was well over 50 inches. And I could no longer properly tie my own shoes. It was uncomfortable to move around. And not just public spaces, but just life in general. Walking was difficult. I was constantly winded. I would have trouble fitting in my car, and the steering wheel would often get wedged. I couldn't get up off the floor easily, or sometimes even at all, without help. Beyond that, I had high blood pressure. I was pre-diabetic. I had uncontrolled symptomatic PCOS. And my ankle injury was only exacerbated by the extra weight, as well as all of the rest of my joints that were trying to compensate for that injury, as well as the stress of the extra weight now on my frame. I was 25. Now, one thing you should know about me, I love sports. And at 25, professional athletes are entering or at the prime of their careers, where their body and their performance is at its peak. And I couldn't tie my own shoes.
You all know there's not a single disease that's exclusive to fat people, right? Just checking.
They should be focusing on the symptoms that their patient is actually experiencing and giving treatments that they would give to any thin person experiencing those same symptoms.
I made a video saying that there are no diseases exclusive to fat people, which there are absolutely not.
If you're fat or in a larger body, ask your doctor whether they would give the same solutions to a smaller bodied person who is experiencing your same symptoms.
I'd like to introduce everyone to a condition I gave myself called obesity-induced asthma. According to a study done in 2014 and linked in the description, quote, "The obese state alters both early onset allergic asthma and also leads to the development of a novel form of late onset asthma." Meaning those with traditional asthma can experience a worsening of symptoms, and people like myself who did not have asthma previously will start to develop asthma. The study goes on to state that, quote, "In obese patients, tidal volumes are decreased due to a reduction in chest expansion that is caused by both the weight of the chest itself and the effect of abdominal obesity on flattening the diaphragm." Meaning, my visceral fat on my chest prevented my lungs from expanding properly, as well as the visceral fat around my abdomen prevented my diaphragm from working properly. And when you combine those two together, That was no bueno. I was always out of breath, and it just felt like there wasn't enough air in the world for me. There was, but the fat had prevented me from breathing deeply and adequately. Additionally, quote, breathing at the low lung volume seen with a restrictive lung pattern leads to airway hyperresponsiveness, very similar to what tight-laced corsets used to do back in the day. Except I did it to myself with visceral fat that was causing a mechanical obstruction. Also, it is important to note that the treatment methods for traditional asthma as opposed to obesity-induced asthma are vastly different. So asking your doctor to provide the same treatment that they would to a smaller bodied person doesn't apply here. They are different conditions with different mechanisms causing them, and thus have vastly different treatment options. Thankfully, this condition is reversible with fat loss. And since I've lost the weight and, well, quite frankly, even just a small portion from my heaviest, I haven't had a single symptom since.
Coerced. I believe that the majority of intentional weight loss is coerced. I don't believe in a fat-phobic society we are given the freedom to make that choice for ourselves.
I often encourage people to reflect on the reasons why they want to lose weight. And one thing that I commonly hear from people who are currently fat is that they want to lose weight so that they will stop being discriminated against because of their weight.
But we live in a fat-phobic society.
A big part of that is because of the social stigmatization of fat people. We live in a fat-phobic society, and fat people are constantly subject to social abuse because of their bodies. But simply being fat doesn't make you hate your body. It's the way that other people treat you that does. The problem is not fat bodies. The problem is fat phobia.
So diet culture and fat phobia trick us into thinking that we can't trust our bodies. They make us think that when our bodies tell us what they need, that they must be lying to us or that we must know better than they do. When they tell us they're hungry, we're not supposed to feed them. When they tell us they're tired, we're not supposed to rest them. We're supposed to keep pushing, power through. And so when people try to lose weight, rather than feeding and resting our bodies, we're actually starving and exhausting them and putting them through immense stress.
Now, with everything I've already listed about how it felt for me to be 360 pounds, did I ever mention society? Or how other people treated me? Nope. Because nobody could be treating me worse than I was treating myself at that point. And realistically, it wasn't even a thought. I was far more concerned about not being able to breathe properly or tie my own shoes. My problems were far bigger than society. All of these reasons combined are why I knew I had to lose weight. And all of them were for my health, both physical and mental.
Another great question. This person is asking if there is any time in which intentional weight loss is not fat phobic. I'm going to say 99.9% of the times, if you are intentionally losing weight, it is fat phobic.
Why do you not want to be fat? And pretty much any answer you can give would be based in fat phobia.
Do I think there's ever a reason for weight loss? Yeah, there are tons of reasons why people lose weight. And they're valid, but they're also fat phobic.
Actively not wanting to be fat is fat phobia, and therefore, you're fat phobic.
And body positivity hates me for it. They hate me because they don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is that for me, my weight was greatly affecting my day-to-day life. Being super fat had direct negative consequences to my health and my well-being. They hate me because my very existence threatens their entire movement. They claim people want to lose weight for so many other reasons other than their health. They will use terms like forced starvation, coercive weight loss, or try to warn you you will gain it all back before you even begin. Now they'll take it a step further and call you fat phobic for losing weight. And, well, I guess I'm fat phobic then. And don't worry, we will have an entire video about about fat phobia at a certain point. We'll get there, don't worry. And given all I know about what I was experiencing, if I had listened to them, I might not even be here. And this is not new. This is exactly what I was told when I was active in the body positivity or fat acceptance communities. After I'd lost approximately 60 pounds from my heaviest, circa 2010, 2011, I was on a body positivity page on Facebook, and there was a post, something along the lines of, losing weight will have no impact on your health. And at this point, I was still all in on body positivity. I truly believed it and just wanted to feel good about myself. But my experiences to that point had shown me that losing weight had benefited my health. So I asked a genuine question. What if losing weight had improved my health? And I was met with so much vitriol, I was genuinely taken aback. I was told that I was harassing them. I was told that I was a bully. I was told all the ways that I must have been lying or I was wrong. And eventually I did get blocked from that page. All for asking a genuine question. And that is when I began to unpack all I had learned at that point. And I knew that if I wanted to continue to change my life, that movement could no longer be a part of it. And there are some positives to body positivity. We shouldn't shame someone for their body size. We should treat people with kindness and dignity and respect, and everyone deserves proper treatment. I will always truly believe these things. I also believe in bodily autonomy. And someone choosing to lose weight for whatever reason is valid, but it will be exponentially more difficult if you don't surround yourself with people who support your goals. All of that led me to not only leave body positivity, but to begin to look at it through a critical lens. On its surface, it sounds quite lovely. Just love yourself no matter where you're at in your life, as you are right now. And that sounds absolutely lovely. But loving yourself also means taking care of yourself. And if no one else has told you, I will be the one to say it. You are always worth it. That is where we will leave things today. And next time we will answer the question I've been asked more than any other, and that is how I lost the weight. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye. Please remember to subscribe. That will allow me to buy Pokey more treats. And clearly, she needs them. It's your world and I'm just living in it, huh?